Welcome back to the #1 breakfast show in the country, Morning at NTV. We are coming to you live from the beautiful ambience of the Kampala Sheraton Hotel. My name is Rome Busiku. What better way to kickstart your Good Friday with some leadership skills? I have Samuel Bakotana here ready to acquaint you with the latest. How best can we link Good Friday to best leadership practices in this day and age? Good morning.
Good morning, Ronnie.
Jesus is denied by his second-hand man, Simon Peter.
You know.
He doesn't get it. Jesus is betrayed by his other second-hand man.
Actually, his treasurer, to be specific.
Judas
yes, oh yes.
And he doesn't get mad. And he had prophesied his arrest, his death and everything, but he was like, I forgive everyone because I'm at peace. Go ahead. Do we have any leaders that could be like Jesus in this day and age?
Well, whether we have them or we do not, I think for me, my big concern is whether we can learn something from him as far as leadership is concerned.
All right.
Personally, I'm a certified executive coach, a leadership consultant, and a full-time leader developer. And as I was looking at the different case studies we often use, to teach leadership, we talk of Abraham Lincoln, we talk of Mahatma Gandhi, President Museveni, we talk about, all these people. But Jesus Christ offers leaders amazing lessons, right from, the business leaders in the corporate world, the family leadership, the faith leaders, the charitable leaders, public service leaders, political leaders, and even those who see themselves as self-leaders, who lead nobody else but themselves alone. For example, one lesson I see from him is the fact that it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. This is a common statement in leadership circles, that it is lonely at the top.
Everyone hates you.
It's lonely at the top.
So it's in our minds.
But from Christ Jesus and how he did his stuff, you realize that it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. He had 70 followers that he was sending here and there. Out of them, he had 12, that we call the apostles. He had his team of 12. Out of the 12, he had 3 who were in the, the intimate cabinet, the inner cabinet
Judas,
of James.
Simon.
No. Those were totally outside.
Okay.
It was actually, Peter, it was John, and it was James. So even in the 3, within the 3, there was one, John. So he had to ensure that it wasn't lonely at the top. If you are a leader and you feel it is lonely at the top, it's because you have walked there with nobody. You have not brought anybody up there.
You've burnt all the bridges.
You've walked there yourself. So we learned that it's not lonely. It doesn't have to be lonely at the top. You can find a way how to be, a member of different professional bodies, or where you can be with other fellow leaders. You can fellowship with your own followers, and so on and so forth.
So meaning
that's
as
one
you
huge
go
thing.
up, as you elevate, pull other people.
Oh
with
yes,
you.
and that takes me to the second lesson I learned as far as leadership is concerned from Jesus' side.
Yes, Samuel.
That the use of power is not to overpower, but to empower.
I get it.
The use of power
is not to crush,
is not to overpower, but to empower.
People.
All right.
Yes.
Because that's what it means when you say, hold some people and come with them to the top.
Funny thing is, that's exactly what we are seeing in this day and age.
And you see, it doesn't even go. It doesn't even go to.
You don't believe.
Ronnie, it doesn't even have to rush to politics. Let's come to your home as a father. Because as a father, you are a family leader. I am a father. I have 2 children, Petra and Prosper. I have a wife, Charity. As a father, you have power. You have power in that home. You have power in that house, in that family. How do you use that power? When your daughter wants to tell you something and you are on your laptop, do you really get off that stuff and you turn, look at her and listen? Or you say, shut up, because you have power by virtue of your position as a family leader? The usage of power is to empower others, not to overpower others. Right? And now that you talk about the political world, let me borrow another lesson from Jesus for the political leadership. From Jesus, I come to learn that personal humility is the foundation for leadership stability.
Indeed.
Look at the people who are with us in the community, and they look like us, we are friends with them, and let him now become a honorable member of parliament. You see somebody transmogrify and change, like, they talk about metamorphosis from egg people to somebody changes radically.
And you know very well I do the People's Parliament because of that virtue. People were approaching me saying, Romeo, you're next in line to join other people like Agnes Nandutu into parliament or politics. I say, no way, because you could be a right Ugandan with values, integrity, but once you join politics, I don't know what happens, Samuel Bakotana.
Well, there are some people who are remnants. They are there and they have stayed, put. They are doing the right thing. But largely, you realize that many become insecure, and as a result, they turn to arrogant means of staying relevant.
Yes.
But from Jesus we learned that personal humility is the best foundation for leadership stability. If he was a stable leader, yet he was so humble.
How many leaders today, Samuel Bakotana, would be willing to wash the feet of their followers or their supporters? It's actually the other way around. It's the supporters washing the feet of the politicians.
How many? That takes me to my next lesson. My next lesson is that real leaders take responsibility. That's the lesson I learned from Jesus. And I'm going to use your words. You see, you have Jesus on one side. You have Pontius Pilate on the other hand. Okay? So Pontius Pilate washes their hands and he says,
yes, I absolve myself of any wrongdoing. It's the people.
It's the people. But Jesus takes responsibility and even washes the feet. We learn that real leaders who are going to be transformational, impactful, and influential are going to be those that don't wash hands. They wash the feet. They take responsibility, even for the wrongs of the people they are leading. I mean, look at when a member of staff makes a mistake and you are the head of department or you are the managing director and maybe they, whatever they do. At the end of the day, if you're not, let me call it Christ-like leader, since we are drawing lessons from Christ. If you are not a Christ-like leader, you're going to pin them. You're going to actually put them on the cross. But Jesus, instead of putting us to the cross, he went to the cross on our behalf. He took the responsibility, even for mistakes he had not made.
All right,
that's
we've
amazing.
run out of time, Samuel Bakotana. Final parting shots before I let you go. Good Friday, best practices, leadership.
Yes. Final parting shot, leadership is servanthood and not superiority. And you realize that from him we learn that if we are going to be leaders that will transform families, nations, institutions, and so on and so forth, we are going to have to be people who know that leadership is not about how long you do it, but how well you do it. So go and do it well.
Motivational speaker Samuel Bakotana, many thanks for having made the time to speak to us right here
My pleasure.
at NTV. And of course, we should be having a new slew of politicians who are willing to wash the feet of their followers or supporters and not the other way around. The supporters washing the feet of the politicians, meaning the politicians need to be in a position to serve the populace of Uganda and not the other way around. My name is Rome Busiku. It's been a magnificent show this beautiful Good Friday, coming to you live from the great ambience of the Kampala Sheraton Hotel. Please, as you come out to celebrate, yes, please wear a face mask. My name is Rome Busiku. Have yourselves a blessed morning.